In 2019, I had two very dear friends that were getting married, and I knew that I wanted to photograph their wedding. And so I was was very nervous to ask them if I could photograph their wedding. And it was my first wedding contract, and it was my first 8 or 10 hour a day, and it was just super, super fun. And then I realized that getting to be a wedding photographer means you get to see all of these amazing things that happen that nobody else gets to see. You get to be there when the bride puts her dress on and everybody sees her for the first time and people can't speak. You get to be there when the groom sees her for the first time. You get to be there and you get to watch his face freeze when she's coming down the aisle. And there's something about that that just sort of fills my cup. And it makes me feel special that I get to spend that time with people on the most important days of their life. And I was just hooked immediately. And if I could shoot just weddings all of the time, that is what I would do. So I met the family right after Hurricane Helene came through the area where I live, just outside of Batcave. We had a little, very rudimentary roadside stand, and these people arrived with a truck and a trailer and a ton of supplies and asked us what we need. And then they turned around and went back down the mountain and fulfilled that list. And they did it over and over and over again. And we never had met them before. They came back, they fed volunteers. They came back and brought equipment and cleared landslides and actually helped repair my bridge so that we could drive back and forth to our house again. And so I said to Robbie, I can't pay you for this, like for what you've done. It's too much. I mean, the impact that you've had on us is so tremendous, but what I would like to do is photography for you sometime. And he said, well, we're actually opening a wedding venue. And I said, I'll be there. When you're ready, I'll be there. So I'm really excited to partner with Far Out Farms because I know that these are people who are there to help other people in the community. I know that they're people who are going to do what they say that they're going to do. And I have a tremendous amount of faith in this whole team and everybody that's partnered here together to work and make this venue an amazing space for people.
Right.
And I think it's an indicator of the fact that this family is a family of people who will ask you what you need and how they can help you, and then they do that. Rather than sometimes in this industry, you have people who tell you what you need, they tell you what you want, and they try to kind of make your vision fit what they're able to provide. And so having somebody who genuinely wants to assist and help you bring your vision to life is a really amazing thing, and it doesn't happen all the time in this industry. I think that for any couple getting married, something that's really important for you to have on a busy wedding day is a good support crew. So that is your vendors, and it's also your friends and your family. Someone recently said to me that a wedding doesn't have to be a family reunion, which I thought was a kind of a mind-blowing concept that I wish that I had heard back in the day. If you're in a position where perhaps your budget doesn't allow you to have 200 people there, sometimes it's easy to give into the pressure of inviting Aunt Bertha and Uncle Tom from Nebraska that we haven't seen since we were born because mom and dad want them there. But really the question is, would you rather have your best friend for your whole life, or would you rather have a person that you haven't seen in 20 years? And who do you feel like is going to be more supportive of you? So I think that choosing to have a good support crew around you and hiring vendors that you trust, that you've researched, that you've gotten recommendations on, that you've seen their work is a beautiful thing because it allows you as the bridal couple that day to just breathe and relax because you can delegate and you know that the people that are there have your back and that they're going to take care of things for you. You don't have to worry about micromanaging, which allows you to just enjoy the experience, which is a beautiful thing. My favorite part of the planning process with bridal couples is getting to hear the story about how they met. I like hearing about if it was a funny blind date, if you met in a bowling alley, if it was a random bar encounter and you just spotted each other. I like to hear my couple's stories. And I think that that helps me understand them and know how to represent them in their finished photography because it helps me get to know their personalities, which is very important when you talk about the industry that I'm in, which is documenting the day and trying to provide people with a tangible thing that helps them remember the feeling that they had that day, which is more important, I think, sometimes than some of the other things, the feeling.